Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's going to be a big update video. It's the beta 1.4.1 patch, and it's huge. There's a lot to discuss pretty much. I've written my script. It's going to be on the screen right now, like always. Also going to be in the description. And yeah, so the main patch for the game has been moved to the 1.4 patch. And I'm also going to link below the new patch that just came out, the 1.4.1 patch, right? And yeah, let's talk about it. We're going to go through what I think is the main points of it, if it works, if it doesn't work, what my thoughts are on it, and pretty much we're going to go from there, right? But let's just start it out. So they've added 2 new Sturgian armours and 5 new I don't want to get their names wrong, so I'm just going to point to them. They added 2 new Sturgian armors for them, and then 5 new Battania. I think it's Battania. They added 5 new shields for them, pretty much for balance. Now, there's been 3 new music tracks to the campaign, and they tweaked the existing songs. As you can hear, this is a tweaked version, and there's also a lot more different song varieties, and I think this is very key because the same 3, I don't know how many songs we actually had, but they were kind of getting old and stale, but this really helped to mix up the flow, and I really enjoy that they added a lot more music. Now, holding left control will do the same thing as holding left shift when it comes to trading things. When you hold left control, it will trade everything. Let's say these let's do these 67 horses. If I hold left control, it will transfer all of them, not just 5. It will transfer all of them, as you can see. Or if I want to transfer all these hunters, as you can see, hold left control to do all. This also works for upgrades of your troops. Let's say you have a lot of upgrades. You can hold left control and will upgrade all of them, which is very good. I enjoy this. I enjoy this change a lot, especially for the upgrading of troops. And also, if you get into huge battles, you might come back with, let's say, 150 of these tunics, right? So it's very cool that you can finally just sell it all right away. Now we have auto resolve has been improved. That's all it says. I have no idea exactly how it's been improved, but they say it's been improved. Maybe they took, like, let's say auto resolve of a battle, what's it called, against this guy. Maybe I won't lose anybody this time, because usually even if I have this much people and I try to auto resolve with him, right, I'll still lose 2 or 3 people and wound 6, which makes 0 sense, but maybe it's been changed. We'll see. Players can now make formations before the battle starts. So when you get into a battle, you can put your troops on the map where you want them, pretty much. That's pretty much what I think it says right there. Then we have better combat UI in sieges. Troops will no longer run back and forth between one siege tower and the other. They're finally going to, pick one and go for that one. I do not think the ladder change is fixed yet. That they didn't say it was the ladders where, they're not going to climb up all 3 ladders. They're still not going to do that, unfortunately. But they will space out a little bit more, and it will be pretty much better combat. They won't be all clumped up in one area. They're going to try to space out and attack evenly, which is very good in my opinion. Two-handed skills have been reworked. Pretty much the one-handed skills got changed last week, and this week they decided to change the two-hand skills. It's all new two-hand skills. I don't have any research in two-hand, so they didn't tell me to pretty much retrain. But for the one-handed, as you can see, they've also added a secondary perk to each one, which I think is very cool, and I think they're going to do this for every other skill eventually, right? So they added the two-hand, and then next week when they add ones to polearm, they're going to add secondary ones to two-handed like they did one-handed this week. As you can see, every single perk has an also at the bottom, which pretty much means the first bonus and then also a secondary bonus, which is very cool. It makes it more it's more reading, but at the same time you can see exactly what is being changed and fixed. Now we have charm, leadership, trade, and medicine have all been fixed. All the perks have been fixed. That's what they tell us. We'll see if it actually is fixed. We'll see if, because I'm pretty sure people are going to post on Reddit saying, oh, this actually wasn't fixed. We'll see. Maybe it's all been fixed, maybe it's not, but that is what they told us. So charm, leadership, trade, and medicine are all fixed as of right now, as the 1.41 patch. NPC lords cannot defect now if they are currently in an army. So I guess there was a problem. I haven't received that problem, but I guess people have. Let's say you create an army, you get these 4 guys, or these 5 guys, right? For some reason, while they were in the army, they would just, their whole clan would defect and they would leave your army in the middle of it. Now they cannot do that. They've also added 160 ladies. They could have just said female characters, but they said 160 ladies, 160 plus ladies, and a few male lords. And what this does pretty much, they pretty much added it because it was terribly hard to find a wife. But if you chose to be a woman, it was very easy to find a husband because most of the population was men, right? But I do enjoy this change. I don't know if they're coming. They might populate same way as what do you call them? Same way as companions populate if it's an old save, or you might need to do a new save for it. I have no clue as of yet, but you guys always can check. If you press the N key and then you check females, check if this list got bigger after, like, let's say every 2 weeks of in-game time, and then you'll know your answer pretty much. And to get to here, you just press the key N. That's your encyclopedia. You go into heroes. Oh, my bad. You go into heroes, and if you click wanderers, these are your companions. And for the females, all you have to do is really just click female under gender to find the list. Now we have can marry. Oh, now you can marry after the age of 45. This is huge because I used to always make well, both these changes are huge. The 160 ladies and the marry after the age of 45. So now you can actually wait on marriage a lot longer. I don't know how it's going to affect kids, and if they stop having kids at a certain age. I don't know how that completely works. I think that one is still capped. So I still think you should get married early. But if you do not and you still want a wife later game, this is a very good change because there's going to be a lot more women that are available to be married. Plus, you can marry after the age of 45, which is a very good change. 2 very good changes in my opinion. Now we have NPC parties can now visit neutral towns and villages to recruit and buy food. This is huge. Before, the Khazaits would only go to Khazait towns and villages to get food and troops, right? Ones that they owned. Or let's say the Southern Empire over here would only go to the Southern Empire towns and villages to get food. You get what I'm saying? Like, they go to their own towns and villages that they own. Now they're going to go to also neutral ones, so ones that they are not at war with. They're going to go and they're going to recruit and buy food. So you're going to see a lot more diverse armies now, and you're also going to see them not starving as much because they can go to, they have a lot more options of where to buy food. So if they decide to start a war with the let's say the Vladians, for, is it called the Vladians? I'm very bad with names. Vlandia or whatever, right? If they decide to start an army, the Khazaits, right? They can get food and troops as they're pretty much getting to the battlefield, which is, like I said before, the army's gonna be a lot more diverse. Every single army in the game, to be honest with you, it's a huge change, and they're gonna, you know, have better food management because they can get it from so much more places than having to go all the way back here to get it. I think this is a crazy change. Actually, it sounds small, but it's actually crazy. War. Okay, now these are some huge ones. So War and Peace interface was added. It's pretty much this right here, but it seems to be broken right now. I've done some tests and it seems to be very broken, especially on my old save. New saves might be different, but I think it needs to be tweaked. So the problem, okay, so the first problem is, as you can see right here, these are getting ridiculous. Like, consider making peace and then you'll receive that much as tribute. But how can you receive that much as tribute if the other person has nothing? Do you know what I mean? That doesn't make sense to me. The second thing that doesn't make sense to me is it says support 100%, right? Now let me propose this. We get into this screen where we vote, and here's my second problem. I should have the final say-so. If I am the ruler of the kingdom, I should have the final say-so. But unfortunately, in this one, you don't. And the problem is, well, the problem for me is, they always vote against me, regardless if it says a support 100%. You know what I mean? They always will vote against me. Like, it personally doesn't make sense, because it says right here, no, this one right here, support is at 100%, but it's at 100% that's not supporting me, which is very weird. All of them, even though this one says 3%, it's still 0 to 100, and it doesn't really change. And then for the declare war thing, it's the same exact thing. You go here, propose, and it's 0 to 100. I don't know if it's just a glitch for me, but there's a lot of tweaks that needs to be done to this menu, because right now it is kind of all over the place in my opinion. But it's a good start, but it's not very usable right now, unfortunately. Now we can recruit mercenaries from the Tavern menu. This one's huge actually, because a lot of people didn't actually recruit mercenaries. I'm pretty sure no one did. I didn't. But now this makes it a lot easier, and it makes it a lot more in your face. So if you go into a town, you go to Tavern, boom, right here. It's right under ransom the prisoners, you're going to see recruit 10 Kazay armed traders. Those are pretty much the mercenaries that you would normally talk to in the tavern, and they would give you their price. Now you can do it right here. Makes it a lot more accessible, and it's a lot faster to gain a good amount of troops. Yes, it's more gold, but at the same time, late game, it's not about the gold, right? It's about the troops. So cool change. Next big change. So this one also kind of broken, unfortunately, but the Sandbox Kingdom Creation mode has been added finally. And what that is you can pretty much create your own kingdom, right? You don't have to go through the main storyline. You can create your own kingdom. They say after you have 1 settlement under your name and your clan tier is 4. You go and into this screen right here, and the button's going to be right over here. I'm going to leave this kingdom and I'm going to show you guys what it does, but the problem is the game will crash like every single time when you press the button create kingdom, which is very unfortunate. This might be only for old saves, because this is an older save. I don't know how it works on a new save, because you need to get to clan tier 4 on a new save, which is going to take some time. But yeah, I'm going to go through it and show you guys pretty much. I'm going to leave this kingdom. I'm going to keep all my holdings. And also, this new mode, the Sandbox Kingdom Creation mode, this is actually a very crazy kind of end game mode. Because if I leave this kingdom and I keep all my holdings, right? Here's what happens. I keep my holdings, but all of a sudden, I'm at war. So you can pretty much start over in a way, right? It's a way to start over but still keep your holdings, and now you need to take all these back again. So it's a cool end game feature in my opinion, or an early game, depending on how you want to use it. But okay, so we go to clan, create kingdom, because I'm clan tier 4, I got my settlements. You choose your culture, let's do Khazate. You choose your 4 policies, and then you put your kingdom name in. Here's the problem. Whenever I put my kingdom name in and I press done, I crashed. Every single time. I did it 5 times in a row, every single time. So I'm not going to press that. I'm going to keep it on this screen, because I don't know if I press cancel if it does the same thing. But we're going to keep it on this screen. Hopefully wait for this relationship tick to go down. It's a lot of people I have in my kingdom. Okay, so we're good. Alrighty, so there's new quests about delivering horses to armies, and there's more bug fixes for quests. Also, armor and armor types have been redistributed to improve levels and bonuses. So different troops, if we go to my party, different troops have gotten different armors to pretty much resemble their actual level. It's more for balance reasons. Also, shields have been added to a lot more troops to balance as well. These guys, the Battania, I can't say it. I can't even go into that screen anymore. pretty much the green guys who used to be right over here, the Battania, those guys. They've added 5, not 5, pretty much the 5 new shields that I talked about earlier. These are the ones who are going to be redistributed to their troops for balance. Then, lastly, we got plenty of general bug fixes, crash fixes, and a lot of remodeling of textures for townscapes and indoor areas, which is very cool, always appreciated. There's also some performance, what do you call it, enhancers and stuff like that for saving, auto-saving, and all of that. But yeah, those are pretty much the main changes. Hopefully they do a hot fix on the War and Peace interface and also the Sandbox Kingdom creation, because these are very big things and they currently don't work, which is very unfortunate. They might work for some people, but for me it's not working. That's just my my see on it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and as always, stay safe.